Good morning. My name is Lisa Deisel. I'm from the UNISA Directorate for Counselling and Career Development. We apologize for starting a few minutes late, but very warm welcome to this morning session about career opportunities in the public sector. With me, I've got some of my colleagues, Mrs. Mandu Makanya, Mr. Penyani, as well as Ms. Favorite Didi, who will help us to go through the morning's session. Thank you, Mrs. Makanya.
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, our students. Today, I would like to welcome and present the presenter who's going to do the presentation for the day. Her name is Miss Resuna Maluleke, is with the Career Development Services, also known as KHETHA, within the Department of Higher Education and Training. She holds a postgraduate qualification and has 11 years of work experience working with learners, students, and graduates in the higher education space. She has worked as an HR practitioner, and she is currently a career advisor in the Department of Higher Education and Training. And Resuna is accompanied by her colleague, Ms. Dineo Kabale, Assistant Director Project Specialist within the Department of Higher Education and Training in the Career Development Services. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us give a warm welcome to Ms. Resuna Maluleke. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Just while Resuna is sharing her presentation with us, I would just want to encourage all of you who are attending to use the Q&A on the Teams platform. So any questions that you might have as you are listening to the presentation, please feel free to post them in the Q&A so that we can answer them throughout the session, but then especially in the Q&A session after the presentation. Thank you, Resuna.
Right. Thank you very much, Lisa and Mamandu. Such a warm welcome that we received this morning, and it's such a great pleasure to be back again on the UNISA platforms using the MS Teams to communicate with the students at UNISA regarding preparing for the post-school, for searching for jobs within the public sector. As Mrs. Makanya has alluded, that I'm not alone, I'm with my colleague, Dineo Khabale. Okay, so our session today will be outlining what Career Development Services is, also known as KHETHA. We're going to be talking about employability skills, job search, and also job application. And then we're going to be covering CDS resources as well. Alrighty. So apologies regarding that. As I've mentioned, that our session for today will be outlining what Career Development Services is, also known as KHETHA. We're going to be talking about employability skills, job search within the public sector, and also the job application within the public sector. And we're also going to talk about the career development resources that we have. As I've mentioned, that I come from Career Development Services. What we do, we offer career counseling, career guidance, and also career information to people of all ages. Our beneficiaries are students such as you, and then we also get to have conversations with parents, educators, career changes, grade 9 to 12 learners, education training entities, and NEET youth, which is not in employment, education, or training. And we also get to speak with people with disabilities, offenders, NGOs, and the educators. Our vision is that we want people of all ages to have access to quality and career differentiated information. And also we want to make them to be able to better and be well informed in terms of career choices and have high levels of employment and also increase sustainability within the economic growth of the country. What brought this was due to the high level of unemployment rate and also the high level of a number of learners who did not receive career information or career guidance while they were still in high school. I'm sure that some of you have never received career guidance when you were still, or advice or information while you were still in high school, and neither did I. So this is very helpful for the latest generation, whereby we are able to go out to schools, have information sessions with them, go out to the universities or higher institutions of learning, where we get to talk about different topics such as employability skills or career information, any related career information. And this is also due to the mismatch between demand and supply, the high dropout rate within the PSET system, whereby a student is able to enroll for a specific qualification. After a year, they get to realize that they have actually chosen a wrong field, and they get to change, or sometimes they drop out due to other aspects of life. And this is also to promote a lifelong learning. Learning is a continuous thing, and we learn every day. How do you get to contact Career Development Services or KHETHA? We've got the following multi-channels in place. Helpline. Within our helpline service, we provide career guidance and information face-to-face, via telephone, via email, and we also have got a live chat that is built within our Career Help website. And we have got the unit communications and outreach unit, whereby we are responsible to promote career development services campaigns. We do expos, school visits, and we also train educators, TVET, SSS, NGOs. We turn interns from different departments. We train the niche youth for job readiness information as well. Now, within the post-school coordination unit, they are responsible for coordinating all post-school career-related functions. And the counseling and assessment unit, they administrate the administrators of career choice and subject choice assessments. And they also do the provision of career counseling. Information services and advice. This is the unit that gets to do all the research for career development services, ensure that every information that we give out to the public is valid and reliable. They are responsible to collate, quality check, consolidate all career information, publications, and also on the online platforms. Our unit within the policy and coordination, they are National Coordination Career Development Services and Partnership Development. That is what they get to deal with. So I would encourage you to just write on the comment section in terms of the expectations that you have today, and so that we ensure with Ms. Khabale that we get to cover all the expectations. And I know that we did not mention CV writing, cover letters, interviews, because we've seen on the UNISA calendar that those topics will be covered during the events that are coming up on the UNISA calendar. Employability skills. The session regarding employability skills. Employability skills are skills and personal attributes that one needs to enter and operate and also thrive in a new world of work. So please think about the skills that an employer will need. How do you get to enter within the world of work and thrive within the world of work? Would also like you to reflect about the 5 skills you think employers are looking for, and how can you also obtain the skills that employers are looking for. So just think about it, write them down. Should we not make some of them, we might not mention them, and you have them, so write them down so that you know that these are the type of skills that employers are looking for, and they are not only limited to 5 skills. Employers are looking for the following type of skills. Skills such as soft skills, hard skills, and personal attributes. Soft skills are transferable. These are skills that you learn from one organization to another. You are able to use communication skills, for example, everywhere you go. Therefore, such skills are transferable. Now, soft skills are skills that can be used in a variety of situations or jobs. You transfer them from one job to another, as I have mentioned. Examples of soft skills, not limited to the ones that we've listed here, is communication skills, teamwork, problem solving, planning and organizing, self-management, learning skills, and also initiative and enterprise. Now, when it comes to the personal attributes, these are things or skills that one holds dearly to their hearts, and they differ from individual to individual. And also some of the organizations, like the public institutions, could be looking for one of the personal attributes that you could be having. Think about what it is that makes you as an individual. Are you a loyal person? Are you committed? Are you able to adapt into different environments? Because sometimes when you go into an interview within the public sector, they would be asking you, how are you able to adapt in different situations? Maybe you will need to give a scenario when you are talking about that. And also you need to be motivated. Personal attributes also talk about positive self-esteem, show enthusiasm in what you do, and also be committed and ability to deal with pressure. Right? As you know that we've moved into the 4th industrial revolution, currently even having this workshop online. Back in the days, we would have come up to UNISA, or they would organize the venue for us and would come there and just render this kind of workshop with you. Okay, now the hard skills are specific, technical, and these are teachable abilities that one can be defined and measured. The examples that are given on hard skills: physical strength and coordination, financial management. It's unlike the soft skills where you can just transfer from one place to another. However, this is something that you need to be taught. Construction, writing, conducting research, math, reading, typing. So these are type of skills that are hard skills and you are taught, right? So think about that, the environment that you'll be moving into as you're progressing with your studies, and maybe some of you have already completed your studies. What kind of skills is the employer looking for? The type of work will I be typing? So if I'm lacking behind in terms of my typing skills, what else do I still need to improve on, and what do I need to learn? So think about, where does one get to acquire employability skills? There are so many places where you can acquire employability skills. Firstly, when you were still in high school, we were given assignments, we were given projects to work on, and that's where some of the skills, and some people get to realize that their leadership skills are activated there, teamwork spirit is activated there, group work is activated within that space. Also within the sports school sector, that's where you get to realize as well that some of my skills have enhanced. Some people in high school have entered debates, some other competitions as well. When you used to read a speech in front of the class, that's when you get to realize that actually these are my personal attributes, and also these are my soft skills or hard skills, right? Volunteering is also one of the places where you can obtain employability skills, and it is priceless when you get to obtain such employability skills through volunteering. I am one of the person who have volunteered for a full year without a pay, right? However, no one will ever take away those skills from me, and it is definitely priceless. So as you are currently studying or you have completed your studies, you are looking for a job within the public sector or any other sector, think of how do I obtain experience? So volunteering and also job shadowing can be one of the spaces where you can enhance your skills, and also you will also be able to gain experience. The workshops that you attend, short courses and skill programs, you get to acquire employability skills. If a person is, maybe you like working with your hands, you are able to go and acquire skills within workshops such as this. Also, you are gaining employability skills. Okay. Now you could be asking yourself, how do I get to manage employability? You need to have a positive attitude, have I can do attitude. Declare yourself to be ready, because if you do not do that, no one will ever declare you as being ready. Be passionate about what you do. Conduct research to equip yourself. So now you are a student or you've completed your studies. You know that this is the type of career field that I want to follow. I want to become an accountant, for example. What firms or organizations will I be looking at? Which government institution will be able to employ me? What type of requirements are they looking for? And the kind of a qualification that they are looking for. An entry-level job. If not an entry-level job, you've obtained experience throughout your as a student life, where maybe you were volunteering during your school holidays and you've obtained experience within your field of work or within your career space. And then you're able to apply for other jobs within the public sector, where sometimes they're not even looking for experience. They just need your grade 12 and they need your degree or diploma and no experience. So they usually state within the job spec what they are looking for. Okay. Now complete your projects and also work assignments on time. Continue to study and learn. Adopt life learning attitude. When you complete your projects within your institution for your modules and assignments for your modules on time, this enables you to learn when you get to a work environment within the world of work, where you are given a project and you know that since I have this project, I have to do A, B, and C to get ready, submit it to the assistant director maybe, or submit it to my supervisor to have a look at it, and then it should be submitted to your director or whoever the person you need to submit it to. So when you complete it on time, you already have that skill. Time management is there, and you know that you can work maybe without supervision, and ensuring that all the assignments, all the projects that you are working on are submitted. Okay. If you have any reflections, kindly do write them on the comment section. Lisa, are there any questions so far?
So our first question was about how to find out about jobs available in government. So I guess, the platforms that we can use to find out about the jobs.
Okay.
Then somebody also posted, how do I find local government jobs? Sia was asking, what is the most important difference between working in the public sector versus in the private sector? Mandy was asking about if there are any volunteer opportunities in the public sector. And then Princess needs some guidelines to apply in the public service using the new electronic system, as well as tips of what is essential when applying. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much for those questions. They are more like expectations, so we will definitely cover them as we proceed with the presentation, and we'll take note of each and every one of them so that they are covered. Thank you very much, Lisa. All right, session 2, we're going to be talking about job search. So this is where you will get more information, like from your expectations or your questions that you've asked, as to how do you get to search for a job within the public sector, and also how do you find jobs within the local government. And we'll also talk about the difference between the public sector and the private sector and the benefits thereof. So where you can search for jobs within the public sector, we will be looking at the following. You can actually search for jobs within the public service and administration website. As you can see there, you can go to www.dpsa.gov.za, and I'll also show you live how can you access the information on the website, because sometimes it could be quite confusing for people to navigate on the website if you've never been on it before. So I would really encourage you to go on the website and familiarize yourself with the website and how it works and how you can get the information. We've got the Youth Employment Services, KHETHA, which is us, from the KHETHA website, which is www.careerhealth.org.za. We are saying make the right choice and decide your future. And wherever you go, if you come across that logo KHETHA, you must just know that it's actually from Career Development Services, which is within the Department of Higher Education and Training. So what we do at KHETHA is we look at different organizations or the public sector. Do they have internships available, bursaries available? So we take the information, post it on our social media platforms, and also post it on our website. So we post, whether it's private or public opportunities, we do post them on our website. So do follow us and you'll be able to get that information. We have got NGO Pulse, and jobs within the NGO sector. You can go to www.ngopulse.org, and you can also use employment labor. When you register on the database of ESA, which is esa.labor.gov.za, employers are able to go to the database and get the employees that they're looking for the specific opportunities that are available. And Harambee is currently working with SA Youth. I will show you the logo at the end of the session. They're currently working with SA Youth, and that's where most of the opportunities as well are advertised. Sometimes locally or per province, you might find that they're only looking for people that are coming from a specific province. Therefore, you are able to get such employment or opportunities that are available. Other places where you can search for jobs, not limited to this, for the public sector as well. You can even get opportunities within the PNet, Career Junction, Indeed, Job is Job, and Youth Work. You can also get public opportunities on the newspaper, and also departments do go out to expos. Career exhibitions, we do go out to such events, and we do share available opportunities within our organizations and also refer. So it's not only limited to the Department of Higher Education, but any other departments, they're able to go out and share information there. So whenever you get to hear that there is a career expo, a career fair, get involved, travel to that place. If it's nearby, go there, get more information and available opportunities, bursaries, entry-level jobs like your internships and any other available opportunities. So we've listed those ones because we don't only advertise opportunities, or the government does not only advertise opportunities on the DPSA website, for example. You might find other websites as well, they've advertised, so don't limit yourself only on the government ones. However, we'll show you further down that how do you access the DPSA and also the national government website. Job hunting in the era of social media. You'll be surprised that even LinkedIn has got the public opportunities advertised there. So do use the social media to hunt for jobs. Twitter, you don't necessarily have to be an active person on Twitter because sometimes it's a jungle on a Twitter space. So you just take care of yourself and your mental health as well. Just know you are on such platforms, on all social media platforms, to be specific. Have a plan, and how are you going to be searching for these jobs and who you are following on the social media platforms. Okay, so the social media networks that we've stated, you can search for jobs on Twitter. Quite a number of public sectors have Twitter accounts, and they do post maybe news on the Twitter accounts. And you know, when you are involved within the social media space, you also get to learn what is happening currently, what type of activities that specific organization is currently having. And also this enlightens your knowledge and also makes you to be aware in terms of the awards, if they've received any awards, for example. Then when you go for interviews, you are well informed of the recent activities that they've just had within that specific organization. LinkedIn, it's a professional platform. And then also Facebook, people do post and share. Could be your friends sharing the current opportunities that a specific public sector has advertised. So if you are following a friend of yours and they've posted, you're able to see that. If you are following one of the public sectors, you are able to see the opportunities that they have posted. Finding a job on LinkedIn. The function of LinkedIn is that it's a social network for professionals. It's the easiest way to make connections to your industry from the comfort of your home. And also it advertises vacancies. You can follow people from LinkedIn, people that you aspire on LinkedIn, and also career-related information, articles that are shared there. You are able to learn more from other professionals within that space. Now, what you need to do is to create a strong LinkedIn profile, follow people you admire, and also follow relevant companies, follow relevant public sector organizations that you are interested in or that you would like to work for in future. Tips for your LinkedIn profile: use your LinkedIn to tell a story and build your professional brand. Let the profile speak for you and represent who you are and what you aspire to be, maybe, you know. So, and also know your audience, what keywords will get their attention. Complete your profile fully. This will enable recruiters, if they are interested, to check as well. And also some people that might be interested, they might even refer you to a public sector employment or opportunity that they might have seen because of your profile and what you have written on your profile. Also use your summary wisely, tailor your experience, make sure your resume and LinkedIn information match. Add licenses, certifications, maybe if your career require you to be having certifications, projects, volunteering experience, accomplishments that you have, languages. If you are multilingual, do add that. It might add to an advantage, maybe for different reasons according to the career path that you are currently in. And also seek out strong, relevant, and recent recommendations. You can seek for recommendations from your fellow students, your lecturers. If you've gained experience where you are volunteering, ask them if they can write a recommendation on your LinkedIn. This helps to show other employers that this is the type of a person you are, the skills that you've gained, and also they get to know you better. Job hunting through Facebook. Employers are now listing opportunities on their accounts, which users can then apply with on the click of a button. When we say on a click of a button, we're talking about an employer will share a link of their website, whereby it will redirect you back to their website, and that's where you'll get to apply or learn more about the career opportunity, the opportunity that is available. Fill out the work and education section on your profile. Add any notable achievements. Avoid making rude or negative comments about previous employers on your profile, or even about your institution or your lecturers. Don't be rude or negative when it comes to social media, writing things or sharing anything that would be deemed unprofessional. Because the public sector at the moment, we do look at the profile of an individual, HR practitioners or whoever that will be dealing with that. They do look at your profile, the kind of a person you are. Imagine posting a video 1 a.m. Monday morning. We were grooving on a Sunday, and there you are around 1 a.m. posting a video saying, yo, this is happening, where are you guys? And then you are looking for employment. So that it gives a wrong impression to say, if we employ this person, will they be carrying out this kind of behavior when they are working? Will they be going out and until the late AMs? Meanwhile, they are required to come to work the following day. And maybe sometimes you post that, and then you call your supervisor or whoever you report to, you call in sick on a Monday morning, forgetting that you've posted that picture or the video. So it's quite contradicting as well. So make sure that you post things that are professional, things that represent who you are in a professional manner. And also, how do you find a job on Twitter? What you need to know is that Twitter does not have a built-in job feature. However, people or public sectors, organizations, they get to share information on Twitter and a link. And also people get to share opportunities that they come across within the public sector. Now, Twitter is not it's a fast becoming place for employers to find passionate, ambitious graduates. So what you need to do is that get inventive with your bio, and also engage with people in your industry, get to know your employers, and also stay up to date with the current affairs. So also follow organizations from the public sector on Twitter, so that you are more knowledgeable and you know you're up to date with the current affairs. And you can also see that ministers, deputy ministers are also very active on social media platforms, directors for that organization. Even, for example, we are from the Department of Education and Training within Career Development Services. Our directorate has got its own Twitter account, Instagram account, Facebook account, and LinkedIn account. So we are very active on these platforms as the public sector, right? Now, potential employers are likely viewing your social profiles, as I've mentioned. What you detail in your profile, on your profiles, will let employers know more about you and as an individual. Give a positive representation of yourself, and also, because you're a personal brand, keep on building your brand. Use a consistent username and also an appropriate image for the account. Let the username be professional, and also, if possible, ensure that your username is almost the same in each and every social media platform for consistency and professionalism. Also, create a strong online profile that is integrated across most popular platforms, as I have mentioned. If you look at this picture, it says think before you post. there is the boss and maybe a potential candidate there, or maybe that's your boss, you're already working at that organization and you're looking for promotion. And before you give your boss the resume to look at, he says, forget the resume, son. Let's just take a look at what you have posted on your Facebook instead. Do you think, if you can quickly just reflect, do you think that if you were looking for employment now within the public sector, the employer says, instead of you giving me your resume or submitting your resume, let's have a look at your social media platforms instead and see if we can employ you. Do you think your social media platforms would represent you in a professional manner? Do you think that your social media platforms would not be having negative comments or posts or memes on those platforms? Also, when you are currently using TikTok, be careful of the things that you post and reshare as well. It needs to be positive. As much as sometimes people take TikTok as a playful platform, make sure that you share positive vibes right there. Mental attitude, be positive, understand your worth, be resilient, and be adaptive. This is crucial. I can't emphasize it more than this. Being positive is an internal thing. You don't need anyone to bring in positivity into your life. And you know what I like about UNISA is that it teaches one to be determined in terms of your career, the qualification that you're currently studying for. And this helps to keep you motivated as well, and keeping positivity, because you do assignments on your own, you study on your own, you know, no one is behind you trying to spoon feed you or anything like that. You stand up on your own and you're able to pass all the modules and sustain that mental attitude on a daily basis. So having to understand where you are and where you are going, it also enables you to understand your worth. What is it that you're looking for? Be resilient. UNISA is one place where it teaches a person to also be adaptive to different environments. You know, you're coming from school where you were taught on a daily basis, you had a teacher in front of you telling you that go read from page 3 to 50, or we're writing a test tomorrow. At UNISA, you get there, they say we are writing, you know when you are writing the exams, you know when you need to submit assignments, and you have to do that reading from page 5 to 50, for example, on your own, and ensuring that you are submitting assignments on time and navigating on your studies and balancing your life and studies at the same time. So this is something that is really a positive as a UNISA student, and there are so many skills that you obtain from that. I'm a UNISA graduate, by the way, so and also Ms. Khabale is a UNISA graduate, so we really know that when you go to such institutions, when you come to a public sector, you are able to cope with the work environment, you are able to cope with the world of work. And also, before we go to the job application, when you're working for public sector, you also need to understand the Batu Pili principles. These are principles that we are governed by, where we need to understand access, courtesy, information, and openness, and be transparent. So all citizens should have equal access to service. This is something that when you are a public servant, you need to know that everyone needs to have equal access to the service that you are rendering. And also all citizens should be treated with courtesy. And all citizens are entitled to full, accurate information. Hence, we know that before we share information, we need to do research. Everything needs to be valid and reliable when we share with the public, because we are for the people. And you also need to be open and transparent. So all citizens should know how decisions are made and departments are run. Hence, we are able to share today this information regarding the public sector. How do you get to do a job search within the public sector? and also how do you get to apply for a job within the public sector. Just to mention the other job search website that you can actually use, the national government website. It is also one of the websites that you can use to search for employment. On a job application, it is crucial that when you're completing a job application form, you fill in all the sections and make sure that you mark it as not applicable if some of the sections are not applicable to you. Fill in your personal details correctly. Ensure that the information that you are sharing on the application form corresponds with your CV, with your curriculum vitae. Proofread everything that you've written on your application form as much as you are going to proofread the information that you've provided on your curriculum vitae. Take your time to complete the form and always keep a copy of your application form. It will come in handy if they invite you for an interview. The reason why we are saying take time when you complete your application form, we have seen quite a number of people looking for employment filling in forms on the pavements, not even on the day of the, not even on the closing date of that of opportunity. People are sitting down filling in the job application from the Z83. Do you really think that you will be able to proofread the information that you've written there? Will you be able to put in all the information that is needed and necessary? Will you be able to check all the spaces? Did I mark not applicable where I'm supposed to mark not applicable? Did I sign on the declaration? Because many a times you find that people don't even forget to sign the Z83, but they've written a date. So that limits your opportunity to be selected for an interview, okay? Another thing, when you are looking for a job, stop making recruiters do guesswork. On your CV or under the reference part on the Z83, don't say maybe it's on my CV or call me for the referees. No, don't make recruiters do guesswork. Your job is to make it clear to recruiters and hiring managers why you are the right person for the role while searching, while job searching. And you also need to talk about the skills that you've developed, accomplishments that you have achieved, and how they directly align with the job that you are applying for. So all this, like the achievement, the development, your accomplishments, that it can be explained properly when it comes to your CV in detail, right? However, on the application form, which all the public sectors, they use that Z83 form when you apply. Important things that you need to consider: you need to read the job advert, analyze and understand the requirements that are stated there, contact the contact person for clarity and for further information, check the closing dates, apply before the closing date where possible, check reference number as well, and also state on the Z83 form that if you are offered, there's a question that says, if you are offered the position, when are you able to start? So do state immediately. If you were already working elsewhere, maybe it was a contract as a student, and then you can state that maybe you need 1 month, and then it is clear for the employer or the recruiter. Okay. Now, important things to reflect on. When you're looking at job adverts, I've skipped the job adverts that we have there because people are doing different careers, and it's not only mainly focused on the one that we have there as an example. However, it is crucial that you understand what the job spec and what the requirements are. Now, also reflect on the skills that are required for the position. If you have the skills that they're looking for, what will your responsibilities be when you're going to work at that organization, okay? What kind of education and training is required with the qualification that you're currently studying or that you currently hold? Is it a relevant qualification? Sometimes they might say that they are looking for a social work. or psychology or related fields. So you must understand that if it's something within those lines, social sciences, it is related. That's where the related part comes. Humanities, so I know that social work and psychology, it's within the humanities section. So just understand that when they mentioned relevant, even if they did not mention your qualification per se, however, it could be a related or a relevant qualification that you currently hold, and you can be eligible to apply. Now, if I'm interested in the profession, I want to join. What do I know about the profession? It is crucial that you do research regarding the profession that you want to join, do research regarding the organization where you want to go and work for. So at the government institutions, do you want to work for DHET? Do you want to work for basic education, social development, So think of that. Do you want to work for the entities of that are currently there within the government space? So think of that as well. What is the pay range? Guys, it's not wrong to ask the person that is mentioned for inquiries what the pay range is. This enables you to make a decision in future to say that, do I need to go for this interview and get the employment or not? However, as a student, because some people do have experience already, and maybe you want to change your career or the field within your space, you're able to check this amount, will it sustain me or not? And it also depends on people's values, right? Some people value family more. So if you're going to be working very far from where you are staying, maybe you'll be homesick, or maybe it won't work out for you. Some people value money. Let's be honest. Some people value money, and sometimes they might find that the money that they'll be getting might not be much. So check within the space of your career. If you're a person that values money, how can you now move up the ladder to get to where you want to be? Checking the job as well. How far is it, and all that. So as you can see, this is an example of the latest Z83 form that the departments use when you're applying for that. On your, is it everyone's left? Yeah. On the left side, there's an arrow pointing down. It is crucial that you read the information that is written there. One of the things that information that is crucial there is that this form may be used to identify candidates to be interviewed, right? Now, how does a form make a recruiter or an employer to identify that you are the person that can be interviewed? It's because you need to fill in all sections for the form, and also the information that you put there, it needs to be accurate and true, right? This will help to process your application fairly. State, there's a part that some people usually miss. Yes, do you have any pending criminal case against you? Please declare if you have any criminal case against you. Even if you don't have any criminal case against you, please declare. There's this thing whereby people will read something and answer in their head, thinking that you've actually ticked on a yes or no, but you've already missed that. So it's crucial that you fill in all sections of the form accurately and legibly, right? State under the private sector, at the bottom of the question, that says, second last question, it says, please specify the total number of years of experience you have. If you don't have any experience, private sector or public sector, state 0, 0. If it's few months, state that it's only few months, okay? And also ensure that you initial the page at the bottom. The following part under the contact details and medium of communication, clearly state which method of correspondence you would like. If it's email and telephone, you can tick both of them. You don't only need to tick one, you can tick the ones that you want the employer to correspond with you, to use for correspondence. and also put in the contact details at the bottom, right? So on formal qualifications, I know I'm skipping some of the things, language and the official languages that you can state them there. And there's also this part, there's usually an argument on qualification, formal qualifications and work experience, if you need to state them, or you can just write CV attached. Remember, I read from the beginning that the form clearly states that you need to fill in all sections of this form accurately and legibly. So I would really encourage you to fill in the information accurately on the work experience, if you have any, and also on the formal qualification. Make sure that the information corresponds together with your CV, and then ensure that you put in the reference at the bottom. At least have 2, if not 3 referees that you're going to use. And the people that you're going to put on as a reference, ask them first before you put them there that you would like to use them as your referee for the job opportunity that you're applying for, so that they are well informed that one day they will get a call from the public sector regarding asking about you for employment purposes. Okay. Also put in the relationship and the contact details that they work during office hours, right? Do not forget to declare, put in a signature and a date, and also initial at the bottom. So this is a crucial document when you're applying for job opportunities within the public sector. And then nowadays it is declared that you do not have to attach your supporting documents with your CV, right? You just attach your CV together with the Z83 form for employment, for the opportunities that we're currently having in all the public sector organizations. And also, once you are selected, they will be able to call you and say, come with your supporting documents as well. And also many opportunities, graduate opportunities, they do not require experience. It does not require experience. So just make sure that you read the information on the adverts. Now, online job application on the DPSA or on the circular, you will see for some public sectors that they want you to send the Z83 form together with your CV via email. So we are moving with the times. So you do it via email. Unfortunately, we don't have there is no like a built-in type of a job online job application, but the online one would be that you sending the CV instead of submitting it manually. And what you need is that you need, of course, computer, internet access, email address, a resume, cover letter being scanned in. You can save it on a USB, and also check, right, when you are submitting your Z83 form together with with your CV, check if they require supporting documents, because sometimes for other job opportunities they will require you to have supporting documents. However, the ones that don't require you to have supporting documents in most cases is the internships. So update your resume, update your profile on the professional networking platforms, use keywords as well, use job search engines and company websites. This is mostly for the job application online job application. Be selective, draft a separate cover letter for each application, complete an online job application. In this instance, for the public sector, you'll be completing an online job application just by scanning in your documents, your Z83, your CV, uploading them, as attaching them on your email, and then sending it to the correct person. Make sure that your Your responses are error-free, accurate, and fully completed. Track and follow up on your job application. So the person that normally they will write, if we do not contact you after 3 months, just know that you were unsuccessful. However, should that time comes, you can contact the contact person and find out, follow up, was the interview conducted? If you feel maybe you've been invited before for an interview within the public sector, you are most welcome to follow up with the contact person, the person that was part of the interview, just to check what can you do differently from the previous interview. You know, what was missing when you were being interviewed? How can you improve? So you're welcome to get feedback from the HR administrators regarding your interview and how it went. Keep applying for relevant available opportunities and do move on when you're applying to the next one, so that you keep applying for opportunities that you can be accepted to. There are do's and don'ts regarding job applications. I mean, job searching as well. So the do's and don'ts for job searching is that create a strong or a strategy before you begin to search, and do have as many career conversations as possible with people within your career line of career, or people that you aspire to be one day. Do have those conversations, do informational interviews to learn more about the career field that you're in. And also be patient with the process when you're applying, because it's a work on its own when you are sending applications, right? The don'ts for job search is that don't only apply for jobs online. Also, the ones where you need to go and drop off your application, which is a manual application, so you are able to do that. Also use don't use the same resume for every job you apply for. It is crucial, it is very important that you personalize your resume according to the requirements for the job that you're applying for, because one job differs from the other. The job opportunity that you might be interested in today could differ from the one that you're going to see a few hours later. So you would need to tailor make your curriculum vitae according to that. What I really encourage is just to have like one master curriculum vitae with all the information, and then take that information to tailor make a resume that best fits the job opportunity that you're applying for. Do not lie on your resume, because it will catch up on you one day once you're employed and you're unable to do the things that you've stated on your resume. Also, don't try to rush your job search process. It is important that you take your time, plan in terms of how are you going to do your job search, the starting point on a daily basis, which organizations are you going to look at within the public sector, which government institution are you interested to work for, and just search on a weekly basis. Every Friday, the circular comes out for the government institutions that are having opportunities. Now, our career development resources, we have got the website where you can go to www.careerhelp.org.za. Job preparation skills guide, you will find it within that space on our website. Our contact details are as follows. We have got the SMS line where you can SMS us, tell us the career related information that you need, and we're able to call you back and give you the information. Or you can buy 5 Rand airtime, call us on 086 999 0123. We're available from Monday to Friday between 8 o'clock to 4:30. Or you can also email us that you need career related information on careerhelp@dhet.gov.za. We have got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also we've got the walk-in service within the Department of Higher Education and Training, Office 300 123 Francis Bart here in Pretoria. So on our Facebook, you can just search for Career Advice Portal. On Twitter, our Twitter handle is RSA Career Help. It's the same as our Instagram handle, RSA Career Help. So that's where you can get information from. Do you have any questions while we quickly share the live site with you? Any questions on your site, Lisa?
Prisuna, there are some questions, maybe just some short ones. Somebody, or Gumalema, was wondering if the public sector offers psycho articles training, so it's for your chartered accounting route. Then there is somebody who was also asking about if there are any job opportunities for people who are over 40 years old in the public sector. Then in terms, I guess, of filling in the form, Google was wondering if you have 3 months experience, but the system only has the option of, for example, 1 to 2 years or 2 to 3 years. How will you then specify this experience accurately? And then Junior was wondering if we are supposed to fill in the Z83 form electronically or using a pen.
Okay, let's start off with Junior's one, and then we'll answer the other questions. So Junior, you can actually, or to everyone, you can fill in the Z83 form electronically, and then you print it out, or you can fill it in with a pen. Okay, so if your handwriting is not that clear, would really encourage you to fill it in electronically and then just print it out thereafter. And then the other one is in terms of the age, yes, beyond 40, I mean, they do accept, if you're doing your internship, the internship does not state how old you need to be in some of them. So some you find that maybe they say from to 35, the age of 18, I mean, age up until the age of 35. And some they don't state your age. So people are allowed to apply for job opportunities within the public sector. And then the one that states, someone asked about the number of years, right? If you've got 3 years and then they're looking for 1 to 2 years experience. So if you have not obtained that is if a job requirement is 1 to 2 years, it means that is not an entry-level job. Therefore, you would need to think about how do I now obtain the few other months to add to the job experience that I currently have to make it 1 or 2 years. You would think about maybe job shadowing. You can also think about volunteering to obtain the experience that you need so that you're able to apply for other jobs. However, some job opportunities, they don't require experience at all, like some of them that came out yesterday from the DPSA that I've seen. For a clerk, it did not require any experience, it just needed a diploma and matric, and that was just that. So how do you get opportunities or search for opportunities? Lisa, are you able to see the screen that I've just shared for National Government of South Africa?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so you will definitely go to the website, nationalgovernment.co.za, and then you're going to click under National Government. So under National Government, you are able to see entities by government cluster, and also explore by entity type. So instead of only searching on the DPSA, whereby all the government institutions are advertising their current opportunities every Friday, the circular comes out. You can also come to the National Government of South Africa to search entities by the government cluster or entity type. So if you want to work for a university, for example, we've got like 20 universities in South Africa and seven University of Technology, and we've got like 21 SETAs in South Africa. So I'll just quickly click under SETAs. Every sector has got a SETA, right? So these are the SETAs, the government entities. So you can search for them. Maybe you are an accounting student. You can clearly go to Bank SETA, search for opportunities there. You can go to FACET, for example. Here's FACET, which is Finance, Accounting, and Service Sector. You click on it. So this is the logo of FACET. Then click on their website. Then it will direct you straight to the FACET website where you can search for vacancies, right? Then you search for vacancies. So that's how you get to navigate on the national government. You see, oh, wow, okay, there was a graduate internship program that we also advertised, that we posted on our social media platform that was available, which closed on the 13th of February, done by FACET, offered by FACET. So opportunities are there. All you need to do, sometimes we lack information and we don't know where we need to search. So this is a great platform where we get to learn how to search for public opportunities. Right, so that was one example regarding the SETA. So it's not only SETAs, there's quite a number of them, as you can see. TVET colleges in South Africa, in total, we've got like 50 TVET colleges. They do offer internships. They do offer other opportunities that are available there. Public entities, constitutional bodies, presidency, if you want to work the parliament, there are opportunities there, you name it. So that this information is there for you. Now, moving on, we go to the DPSA, which is the Department of Public Service and Administration. To get information there, the circular, for instance, this is the home page. You would scroll down. Sorry, scroll down as I'm actually doing currently. On your left, top left, you'll see quick links. Just go to quick links, and then the second one says Public Service Vacancy Circular. If you click on it, you will see latest circulars there. Now, that is the latest one that I'm currently opening. So you see on Friday, it was the 3rd of March, right? It was the 3rd of March, and these are the government. These are all the government organizations that are currently having opportunities, and also which province they are looking for people, you see. So all those are looking for people, and there are available opportunities at hand. My colleague would like to answer the one regarding the difference between the public sector and the private sector. Over to you, Ms. Rabale.
Thank you, Lisa. Good day, colleagues. My name is Dineo. I just want to go back to that question of what's the difference between the government and the private sector. So the government sector is owned, controlled, and managed by the government, whereas the private sector is owned and controlled by private organizations or individuals. They both contribute to the economy of our country. However, the primary goal of the private sector is to make profit, and the goal of the government sector is to serve the citizens of this country by providing service or the goods at for free or at a cheaper rate. And there was also a follow-up in terms of what is the benefit of working in the government sector. And I think for somebody who is interested in the welfare of our citizens, this would be a good opportunity for them to work in the government sector, because you would be able to contribute in terms of the vision that we have for our country. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Rabale. And thank you very much, Lisa. Are there any other questions before we end the session?
Just checking quickly. I think there was one question about when you were speaking about volunteer work, if there are any volunteer work opportunities within the government sector specifically.
Okay, Lisa. In terms of volunteer, I'm just going to give my situation in terms of volunteering, what I did after UNISA, after I've graduated from UNISA, I struggled to find employment. So most of the time you don't find advertising volunteer work. So our graduate will have to knock in these government institutions. So in my case, I had to go to South African police station and volunteer in the communication sector. So I would really like to encourage them to go out there and knock on those doors and ask for volunteer work. So yeah, that's the way to go about it.
Yeah. And another thing, colleagues, I would just say that look at what we've shared regarding the national government. If you can't volunteer specifically at a department of this and that, look at the entities where you can be able to volunteer, because also we are governed by the policy, right? So sometimes in other sectors, they might not allow you to come and volunteer. However, in other entities, you will be able to volunteer. Remember what we spoke about regarding the soft skills, that even if you volunteer at a sector or an entity where you know that this is not my initial working environment or space, I want to work for this department, you'll be able to transfer those skills from one organization to the other, and you'll also learn the hard skills that you need for that initial organization where you want to work for, Yeah.
Thank you, Rusuna and Taneo. We've got a few minutes left. There's 3 more questions. If there are any other questions, please post them now so that we can see whether we would still have time to attend to those. This one, Junior was addressing the question to you, Rusuna, but maybe Taneo also got some insights since she also volunteered. But the question was, when you volunteered, were you still a student at UNISA? How did you go about it, and what motivated you?
You're really taking me way back. So I volunteered, I was still a student. I volunteered at UNISA as a student worker, whereby I was a peer helper. And we were not paid at all. By the way, Lisa was my supervisor. So it was a great working experience, working environment. And what landed me to that volunteering job, it was because when I passed matric, I used to go and work my first year. When I go back home during the school holidays, I would work as a waitress. And during being a waitress enabled me to learn transferable skills where I was able to enhance my communication skills, gain interpersonal skills, gain problem-solving skills within the environment as a waitress. So I remember when I applied for the peer help job, they asked me a question that gave us a scenario where you were able to share or where you were able to solve a problem. I was able to use an example that happened, or a scenario that once occurred when I was a waitress, and I was able to solve a specific issue, and I was able to explain it during an interview process, that this is what once happened to me as a waitress. A client came in and this is how I assisted them. Remember working or being a UNISA student or working at UNISA, you deal with national and international students, right? Even as a student, you come across national and international students. Think about how do you get to gain skills. So what motivated me was that I wanted to obtain work experience before I finish up my studies, because I would see on the job posts back then that they want 1 to 2 years experience. This was before the public sector thought of taking out the work experience portion on job adverts. So I was acquiring the knowledge, I was acquiring the skills as a peer helper, assisting other students. And yeah, that's how it actually started. And what motivated me was that I need experience when I complete my studies, and I did not want to struggle after graduating to now start off looking for employment, and then I don't have experience. Now I have to go back. Hence, I would even work as a waiter when I was on my first year. I hope that has helped.
Thank you very much, Rasuna. There was somebody who was asking, the question was about how many different types of experience are there. So when I read that question, I was also wondering, when one applies for positions in the public sector, would only things like permanent and contract work be applicable when you say how many years of experience you've got, or would one also be able to consider things like self-employment, volunteer work, and so forth?
Yeah, they are all applicable. So in terms of the types of volunteer work, we can mention volunteering, job shadowing. It's part of where you gain experience. And also that thing whereby take a girl child to school or to work, for example, or to work, you obtain some form of experience, or because you are enlightened regarding what the career field entails. So you are knowledgeable, but even though that happens for like a day, so that just enlightens one in terms of the type of work or environment that they will be working at. So volunteering and job shadowing is the type of work experiences that one could get. Self-employment as well, because you gain experience through that. So under work experience, what they said here is that employer, who is your employer, the post held, date and when, and the reason for leaving. So that's the information that they need. However, on the CV, one can elaborate further that work experience, was it a volunteering work, self-employed? Then you would have to elaborate under self-employed, what was your position as you were self-employed, the things that you were doing, which are the duties, what were you doing as a self-employed individual, and the skills that you've gained as a self-employed, what skills did you obtain through that work that you were doing. Same thing goes for volunteering. One would state, as a volunteer, as I was volunteering, what post was I holding as a volunteer individual?
Thank you, Rasuna. A quick last question before we just end off the session. There was somebody who was wondering if the form, the application form, is available in Word format, or is it only the electronic form and the PDF, the Z83 form?
It's it's electronic.
Yes, but is it available as a Word document, or is it only available as a PDF document?
As the Word document as well. Because the only thing that you can do there is just to fill in information. So if something is a Word document, you're able to edit on the document.
Okay, and this form, did you now get it from that from the DPSA website, or where would the best place be to find the Word version?
You can get it from the DPSA website. You can get it on at any department. You can just do a walk-in and ask for a Z83 form, and they'll be able to give you one. The form is for free. You don't pay any amount to obtain a Z83 form, within a government sector.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask my colleague Vusumuzi Penyani just to end off the session for us. Vusi, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Lisa. And my job is quite easy, is to thank our presenters for a wonderful presentation. Thank you very much for taking time to come and share with our students important tips on employability. And I think our students and even myself learned a lot today, especially on some tips that we need to be aware of, especially as young people. We play a lot on, as young people normally plays a lot on social media, and they post a lot of other stuff on social media that might be detrimental to them. So thank you very much for sharing those tips and sharing the tips on interviews, on applications, on job hunting skills, and where we can find where we can find jobs on government opportunities and everywhere. So we are very grateful for you to have come today to share this important information with our students. I think our students, when they leave here today, they'll be actually empowered. And because you're not just any person who came and shared with us, but you are also UNISA. You are from UNISA, so you know how how students struggle, to balance work and looking for employment and studies and home and all of stuff. Able saying, I am the product. I'm here. I'm the product of that balance. I was able to balance, and now I am helping other students to find employment. So thank you very much. And thank you very much to the facilitator, the program director, Lisa, for your stunning job and for organizing the technology in all this presentation. So thank you very much. And thank you very much to Mrs. Makanya for organizing this workshop for our students. And I think, and I hope our students have learned a lot, and now they are empowered. They can go out there and say, okay, I can do a voluntary work. I can do a job shadowing. I can do this because these things are important for me in future if I want to find employment. So to everyone who makes this workshop successful, thank you very much, and thank you very much. And if we okay, I'll use the Christian word, and sorry for those who are not Christian, and I'll say God bless. And if you are not really a Christian and you're a traditional person, I'll say the ancestors must bless you. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Vusimusi. We appreciate the vote of thanks, and also from my side, thank you to Taneo and Rasuna with the time that they've shared with us and with our students. I've posted in the chat or the Q&A our email address as well as our website. So if you would want to contact us, please send an email to counselling@unisa.ac.za. And then also a reminder to regularly check the My UNISA events calendar for further career events such as these. On Thursday, we will be having a session about job opportunities in the private sector, and we encourage you to please view the details for the event on the My UNISA events calendar, and to join us on Thursday also from 11 to 12:30. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you again.